Good morning, Ultimate Hustlers and Digital Empire Builders. It is that time for the Cortez Hustle Show, and today it is Free Game Friday. So y'all know what time it is, man. Fridays is all about you guys. It's all about you asking your questions about your business, about your brand, about your marketing. And we're going to answer those questions for you. We're also going to deep dive into part 2 of a series that we started last Friday on lead generation tips for small local businesses. We know that whatever business you're in the business of customer acquisition, right? But to acquire customers, you've got to be strategic. You've got to be tactical. So we're going to give you some tips to help you in that area. But in the meantime, I need you to do me a huge favor. Comment in the chat where you're from. Drop the name of your business and or your brand. Smash that show button, ladies and gentlemen. And let's kick it this morning. Yo, what's up, Ultimate Hustlers, and welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show, the business podcast for the entrepreneur of the 21st century. And I'm your host, Cortez Hustle. Our goal is to give you a behind-the-scenes look at how the world's greatest hustlers build amazing brands, scale their businesses to incredible heights, sell more, make more, and create mass movements that impact the world. It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned vet or you're sitting on the sidelines with aspirations to one day unleash your inner hustle. This show will provide the insights into how pure grit, determination, and hard work has morphed into some of the most iconic brands and personalities and how they are moving the culture forward. You'll get a mix of solo shows featuring yours truly, as well as interviews and content from other hustlers that I either know personally or I've learned from or whose grind I've come to know and respect. And you'll also get exclusive recordings from our membership called Monetize My Life Academy, which you can check out at monetizemylifeacademy.com. That's a program where we go live every month with some of the best hustlers on the planet, sharing best practices on how we all can explode our brands with advanced branding and marketing tactics, business development strategies, and financial game planning necessary to build the empires we all desire. Again, that's at monetizemylifeacademy.com. If you like today's episode, chances are the hustlers you're connected to will like it as well. Share it with those in your network. And when you do, use hashtag Cortez Hustle so I can see you and hopefully give you a shout out and share you in my stories. So check out today's episode and make sure you subscribe to the feed on your favorite podcasting networks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cortez Hustle Show. I am, of course, your host, Cortez Hustle, everybody's favorite SaaSpreneur, coming to you live and direct from the Automated Leads Machine studios right here in St. Louis, Missouri. We're talking a lot about leads. We released a new product, the Automated Leads Machine. If you're in the business-to-business space and you struggle getting leads, you got a dynamic offer. You've got an amazing product or service. You're just struggling with getting it in front of the right people. That's what the Automated Leads Machine does. We use artificial intelligence to scope out and find all of the ideal qualified prospects for you. Then our artificial intelligence creates conversations with them to see exactly how interested they are. And then we'll even take them through the process of booking appointments on your calendar if that's how you like to do business. So all you got to do is go over to blackbizsuccess.com/leads. Check that thing out. In fact, we're giving away 20 free leads for anyone who books a live demo with us. That's right, 20 free qualified leads. That might close some business for you just by sitting down with us and taking a look at the Automated Leads Machine. So blackbizsuccess.com/leads. Go check that out. Today, it's all about you, man. What kind of questions do you have as it relates to your marketing, your branding, your lead generation, social media, any of those things? We're going in today. We found this article on Taboola blog, 19 lead generation ideas for small local businesses. So we're going to dive into a little bit of that too. But I don't want you to be intimidated and not ask your questions because it's all about you guys on Fridays. A couple quick announcements. If you already have the Black Biz Success app, then tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, it's going down. Y'all know we do live office hours once a month. So I want you guys to come into the room and let me know what you're building, what you need help with. And I've got a couple special announcements and some enhancements to the system that I want to share with you guys as well. So that's going down tomorrow. Don't forget, for those of you who are not in the system, it's okay. We've got a private Facebook group where you can get some help with your local biz marketing, and it's called Local Biz Marketing Mastermind right here on Facebook. Actually join, answer the questions. We'll let you in. We're really ramping up that group to be a safe place for entrepreneurs to connect one with another, but also get free marketing tips, strategies, articles, blogs, videos that will help you in your marketing. All of that is going into that group, man. So make sure, if you don't have a safe environment to help cultivate your entrepreneurial mindset, you need one. And that is a good place for you guys to hang out. Local Biz Marketing Mastermind right here on Facebook. The link is in the comments and the show notes as well. So be sure to check that out. So let's officially get the show underway, man. And how do we do that? We start every show on the Cortez Hustle Show with a quote of the day. And today's quote says this: if the promise is clear and powerful, the price is easy to pay. And that is Jim Rohn. And we can go so many different ways with that, right? But if the promise is clear and powerful, the price is easy to pay. Let's talk to you as an entrepreneur and setting your prices for your products first and foremost. Let's go here with this quote, right? If the promise is clear and powerful, price is never an issue, right? I don't care if you sell something for $2 or $200,000. Price is never an issue if the promise is clear and powerful. Let's look at in your individual life, right? If the promise is clear and powerful, if the vision of where you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, if the vision for what you want to have 5 years from now, 10 years from now, if the impact that you're trying to make is clear and powerful, the price to pay to accomplish those things will be easy. If you're struggling today with accomplishing your goals, if you're struggling today with meeting deadlines, if you're struggling today to be inspired, motivated, driven, it's probably because the promise is not clear and powerful. That's it. Because when the promise gets clear and it is powerful, the price is easy to pay. There is no action that you will not take. There is no sacrifice that you will not make. When the promise is clear, we just came out of our series on the 5 pillars of leadership. What is pillar number 1? Clarifying your vision, right? Got to be clear, ladies and gentlemen. And there are some steps that you can take to do that. But if you writing down your goals, if you're writing down what you want to be, if you can't imagine with you're not using enough descriptive words and you're not really painting a picture that you can see in your own mind, then you probably need to clarify that thing a little bit more. Be more descriptive about what it is that you're trying to do, what you're trying to have, the impact that you're trying to make. Because when you get clear on that, it becomes easy for you to get up and do what you got to do on a day-to-day basis. I just shared my morning post with my sons and my nephews. Every morning, I kind of try to give them something to start their day with. And my message to them today was, you got to consistently do what others are. You got to be consistent. You got to be consistently willing and doing what others are never willing or doing. That's how you elevate yourself. And how do you do that? By making sure that the promise is crystal clear, my friends. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the quote of the day this morning right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by the Automated Leads Machine. We will help you do your cold outreach 40 times faster, 13 times cheaper, 400 times easier. Meet the AI assistant that helps you scale your cold outreach campaigns faster, cheaper, and easier. automated leads machine. Make sure you go to blackbusinesssuccess.com/leads to all of the details, including 20 free leads for booking a live demo with your boy. So today we're talking lead generation tips for small local businesses. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but it's 30 million small businesses in America. Small businesses are what make up this country. And a lot of times we don't often leverage the power of our dollars, and we're not conscious about how we spend. But when you spend your money on Main Street versus Wall Street, the impact is so much greater in your community for a variety of reasons, right? Those local businesses are paying taxes in your area. That's funding your police, your schools, your fire departments, your hospitals, and things of that nature. Those local businesses, chances are a lot more likely to support the causes that you care about in your local community. They're throwing money behind the little league sports team that your children are probably playing for, right? They are doing and serving in a way that, let's face it, national brands can't, because they don't have the ties and the connection to the community. So whenever there's a possibility or a chance for you to support local, your dollars really, really, really go a long way. I think they say something like 90% of the money that's spent on Main Street stays in the community, whereas just 10% of the money that goes to the national brands stay in the community. So keep that in mind. I know, for instance, for me, I have a Home Depot not too far from where I live. And then I also have 2 True Value hardware stores, Ace hardware stores, right? And I know that when I spend or invest that money into those local establishments, that money stays in our community a lot longer. Is Home Depot providing jobs for people in the community? Absolutely, right? Are they paying taxes in the community? Absolutely, maybe, right? Because when you have national brands come to town, a lot of times they get tax breaks for even being in the community. So they might not even be paying taxes in the same way that the True Value is. So I just want you to think about that, man. Because as someone who is building a local business that is really trying to serve the local community, I'm really on this push to help us understand that these local businesses is what really makes our communities work. And we've got to be intentional with how we spend our money. So last week we hit a few of these, right? Lead generation tips. We talked about making sure that your basic local SEO is accomplished, right? Your search engine optimization is set up on your websites, on your social media. YouTube is a great place to also do some local SEO. Instagram, if you're not using local hashtags or local related hashtags, that's another good way for you to excuse me, bring attention to your local business. One of the things that I see a lot of times when it comes to small businesses is we don't often leverage our biggest strength, right? What do you think the biggest strength of a small business is, right? Anybody willing to play this game with me? What do you think the biggest strength of a small business is, right? We don't often leverage our biggest strength as small businesses. In fact, sometimes we go so far in the opposite direction, trying to appear to be something that we are not. See, the biggest advantage that you have as a small business, one of your biggest strengths, is the fact that you are a small business, right? Small businesses have, while they may not have the greatest marketing budgets, while they may not have the incredible staff, they are small, they are nimble, right? They can make decisions quicker, right? Imagine, right? And this is something that I imagine all the time as a small business owner.
Imagine if I had to get the approval of 15 people before I make a decision, right? And each one of those people literally takes a week to make up their mind to give me their decision before we can all agree to move forward, right? That's what big business has to do in a lot of cases. Small businesses, the staff is small, the owners is there, they're in tune with the people, they understand, uh, they're willing to take a few more risks. So the fact that you're small, the fact that you can make decisions with speed, the fact that you can be more nimble, that is a great, great, great sign. One of the things that small businesses sometimes try to do is try to appear as if they're big. No, be small. Let the world know that you're small. Let your community know that you're small and that you're competing against giants. Take on that David versus Goliath role and embrace that, right? And that's how you get your community to rally behind you, because you're doing some things that these national brands cannot and will not do, but you got to be deliberate about screaming from the rooftops how you are supporting the local community. So basic SEO was number one. Number two, we talked about the power of publishing a blog. And if you missed last week's show, I'll put a link in the show notes in the comments for you guys to check that out, because we went in on a deep dive on these first four. Publishing a blog was number two. Guest posting on relevant websites was number three. As business owners, we all have opinions. We all have strategies. We all have game plans. We all have something to contribute to the marketplace. So while you can have your own blog sharing your thoughts and opinions there, you can also write on other people's blogs to share your opinions, to get in front of a different audience, to bring those people back to you, right? Number four, we talked about getting active on social media. And when we say getting active on social media, that's not only posting 3 or 4 times a day. Yeah, that's being active, but you don't gain no rewards for that. Not as much rewards as you can. When we say getting active on social, what we mean is actively posting, of course, engaging content, right? But when people engage with that content, you have to be actively engaging back with them, right? And you have to spend 5 or 10 minutes a day actively engaging with other people's content. So for instance, I'm in the digital marketing space. So I follow a lot of digital marketers. I follow a lot of entrepreneurs. I follow a lot of entrepreneur-based magazines and blogs and brands and things of that nature. So I have to spend time every day engaging with some of their content too. And Facebook has just rolled out this new version of pages where a business page can now interact with any other page, not only a business page, but also with personal profile pages. And what does that do for my business when I'm interacting as local biz marketing pros on a, say, Forbes post, or I'm interacting as the Cortez Hustle Show page, say on the Breakfast Cruise page, right? People are seeing the brand over and over, and some of those people are going to click on and say, "Oh, who is this Cortez Hustle Show? What is that about? Let me go check out what they have to offer," right? Being active on social means being engaging, being the type of person that other people want to engage with, but also being that person that is always engaging with other people's relevant content. So don't get it twisted, y'all. Be active on social. Number 5, we talked about running paid ads via search ads and social media ads and the benefits of them, right? Now, we're going to get into some new tips and strategies for local businesses to attract more customers, to generate more leads. Don't forget, today's show is all about you. Ask your questions in the comments, and I want to share my thoughts with you specifically. This is your opportunity to be selfish. But before we go any further, it is that time of morning for the Cortez Hustle Show. If you're new here, Every day on the Cortez Hustle Show, we do something called 1 Minute Motivation. That's where we play a short motivational video, usually 60 to 90 seconds or so. I'm going to give a couple takeaways, and if you're able to type, comment a couple takeaways as well, and I'll read as many as I can. So let's get into 1 Minute Motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show.
You have to trust your own voice, your own ideas, your honesty, your vulnerability, and through this you will find your way. You do not have to be fearless. Just don't let fear stop you. Live like this as best you can, and I guarantee you will look back on a life well lived. You are capable of greatness in your profession, and more importantly, in your quality of self. Stay hungry. Stay young at heart. Take those risks. You are going to change the world around you in big ways and in small.
But see, anybody, if you want to, can go searching for a good plan, pick it, and start working it. And sure enough, as the time passes, as it surely will 5 years from now, 10 years from now, then you'll be winding up wearing what you want to wear, driving what you want to drive, living where you want to live, become what you want to become. But now's the time to fix the next 10 years. And who can? Anybody.
Hoo-wee! Man, listen. There's so much value packed into that 1 minute, 17 seconds or whatever it was. And Jim Rohn is my guy, man. I kind of really been geeking out on some Jim Rohn lately. And I just want to encourage y'all that if you are honest with yourself, and today you are not where you want to be in life, don't beat yourself up about that. And here's why. Because starting today, you can start executing a new plan that's going to lead you to a better place 5 years from now. But it's going to require some willingness to grow. It's going to require some new input, right? Every morning when I send my sons that message, it's a YouTube video attached to it with some motivation, some encouragement. And I don't know if they're listening, but I'm not going to stop sending it. Because what I know is this: you can never get out of a situation with the same thinking or the same consciousness that created the situation. So wherever you are today, if you don't like it, then it's going to require some new inputs in order for you to have some new outputs. And that's going to be what propels you to change. That's what creates transformation. You need some new information coming in, which is going to cause you to think differently. You can't put new information into your head and think the same way. It's impossible. But it starts with self-awareness. It starts with saying, you know what, Cortez, this month of September is almost over. We've got a few days left. I did not really execute my best plan this month, but I'm not going to let these last 7 days go by and not make a transformation, not do something different, right? All of us are one decision away from a radically different life. But it starts with self-awareness. It starts with understanding and being okay with saying, listen, I am thankful for what I have. I am grateful for where I am, but I'm not satisfied. See, I used to think that that was a slap in the face to God. And then when you start getting into his word and start understanding, he's like, whew, I'm so glad you're not satisfied because I got so much more for you. Whew, I'm so glad you're not satisfied because you ain't even tapped into 1/10 of the potential that I buried on the inside of you. I'm so glad you're not satisfied because now you're going to get to work with the gifts that I gave you. I want you to think about this. You're sitting back and you're looking at a life that you've built, and you're afraid to pursue more because you don't want to appear to God that you're ungrateful. What if God is sitting on his throne saying, man, I gave you all those gifts and talents, and that's all you're doing with them? You making me look bad. Wait, what? Wait, what if you don't want to seem ungrateful because of what you have, but God is sitting back saying, man, I gave you all of those gifts. I gave you all of those talents. I put you in the right city, in the right environment, with the internet, around the right people. I gave you all of that, and this is all you're going to do with it? You're making me look bad. I'm just saying, for me, I know that what I have now and the things that I have accomplished, while I am grateful, I know that I have not tapped in to my fullest potential. I know it. So I'm pressing towards the mark, right? Trust your voice. Trust that you'll find your way. Stay hungry, right? When you climb one mountain, look for the next biggest mountain so you can stay hungry. And understand this. Fearlessness is a myth. No such thing as fearlessness. No such thing as being fearless. Everybody has fear. Everybody deals with fear. But you have to have courage, though. Courage is your ability to move forward in the face of, in spite of the fear. You move anyway, even though you are scared. You recognize that fear, but instead of allowing that fear to cause you to run away, it causes you to run toward, right? Don't be fooled by fearlessness, because it's a myth. Everybody deals with fear. Some people's way of dealing with it is running away from their problems. Most of the time, the most successful people's way of dealing with fear is running head on and facing it head up. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is 1 Minute Motivation right here on the Cortez Hustle Show, brought to you by Automated Leads Machine. Meet the AI assistant that helps you scale your cold outreach campaigns faster, cheaper, and easier. Go to blackbizsuccess.com/leads if you want 20 free qualified laser targeted leads for your business. All you got to do is book a demo. We'll walk you through how this system works and how you can get thousands of leads into your CRM every single month, and use our automation and our artificial intelligence to reach out to those people, put your irresistible offer in front of them, follow up with them, nurture the relationship, and ultimately book them on your calendar for your sales team to close the deal. It doesn't get any better than that, ladies and gentlemen. blackbizsuccess.com/leads is where you want to go to get more information on that, or click on the link in the show notes or in the details as well. So we're talking lead generation tips for local businesses particularly, but these are some of the same strategies that you could use if you have an online business or boutique, if you're a coach, consultant, you're a network marketer, you are a solopreneur, you are just out here building, and you got to take a play out of Apple's book, right? Some of you guys know that I'm a huge Myron Golden fan, and I'm building up to be able to get in that $155,000 mastermind that he has over there. But he talks about taking a page out of Apple's book, right? Apple took 40 years to go from zero to $1 trillion. And roughly 3 years after that, they went from 1 trillion to 2 trillion. 3 years after that, they went from 2 trillion to 3 trillion. And he says, when you look at the Apple playbook, they focus on the true nature of any business. What is the nature of any business? Customer acquisition. He said they understood the business that they are in, so they focus on acquiring customers, right? That's number one. Then the second play that they run is, once they acquire the customer, they focus on awing the customer or wowing the customer, right? Let me ask you this as a business owner. Are you over delivering? When someone makes a purchase or an investment in something that you have to offer, are they at awe with the way they were onboarded, with the way that their product or service was delivered, with the outcome that they are receiving from using the product? Are they at awe? Because that's the key to building a profitable, sustainable, scalable, and fundable business. And then he said the third thing that they do is they assemble them. Every year they have their big conference where they release the new products, and they're introducing new products to old customers. They're introducing some of their new customers to some of their old products, and they're letting their customers do a lot of the sales for them. If you understand that the name of the game for you is customer acquisition, then you have to be willing and to invest in building some sort of lead generation tools or products or services. You have to have a lead system. What's constantly bringing your irresistible offer in front of enough people that every day some of those people come out the bottom of that funnel as paying customers. So number 7 on our list, we're talking about 19 tips for local small businesses to generate more leads. Number 7, run native advertising. Run native advertising. Your online advertising options expand beyond the top search and social channels with native advertising and includes millions of publishers. Right? Learn how to run programmatic ads on discovery networks such as Taboola. Check out their Flare Audio launch, revolutionary headphones that traffic from premium publishers' sites. So what is a site like Taboola does? A site like Taboola, and let me grab this link and put it in the comments because that's where we're getting some of these tips from. What they do is they are tapped into pretty much everything that happens on the internet in all of these local communities, right? So because they are very good at aggregating their data, I could say that I want to run an ad for local Biz Marketing Pros, and I'm trying to reach, let's just say, plumbers in St. Louis, where they're connected to not only their own publications that's speaking to plumbers, but there's local plumbing publications from the Plumbers Union in St. Louis. They got newsletters, they got magazines and websites, right? There are Plumbers Associations of America, and they got a St. Louis chapter, and they have newsletters, they have websites, they have blogs and things of that nature. And what they'll do is they'll put my content, my irresistible offer in front of all of those people in my local community. Influencer marketing is another great way to run native advertisement. You got some influencers in your city right now who's got the ear of tens of thousands of people that live in your city right now. And you might just need to reach out to them and say, hey, what does it look like for me to advertise with you? What does it look like for you to shout me out, my business, my brand out to your followers? Because I know 90% of your followers are based in this demographic location. As small business owners, we can be that creative. And guess what? I don't have to send that request up the chain to 15 executives and wait for it to come back down the chain. And by the time they say, yes, let's do it, the influencer I wanted to connect with is no longer hot, right? That's the beauty and the power of being local. So running native advertisement is a great way to generate leads, to put your name out in front of potential buyers and customers in your local community, right? Next on our list, we're talking lead generation tips and strategies for small businesses, right? Next, build a referral network. This is huge, right? When I teach my clients the 4 levels of marketing systems that they need, you need a reputation management system. You need a system that helps turn one-time customers into repeat customers. You need a marketing system that help you reach more customers. And at the top of my pyramid is referral and retargeting marketing, right? So I'm excited to hear what Taboola has to say about building a referral network. But here's the key. In order to build a referral network, you got to be willing to collaborate. Wait, what? Yeah, you got to be willing to collaborate with other entrepreneurs, right? Identify practical marketing projects like co-hosted events, co-created content, or social media partnerships that justify reaching out to experts to make connections, build relationships, and create content. Consider projects based on interviews, case studies, and various types of collaboration. Invite respective authorities to guest blog on your website. Rather than ask for reciprocation, simply support your supporters. See, when you think about building business and building relationships, you guys have heard me say this before, that there's 3 businesses that you're in before you sell anything, right? You're in, first and foremost, a relationship business, you're in the media business, and you're in the tech business. And you should be using technology such as social media to build relationships. And some of those relationships you could be building are strategic partnerships with people who are in industries that align with your industry. For instance, if I'm a plumber, I know a ton of electricians. Why? Because when electricians are at someone's home and they are putting a light fixture in the bathroom and they hear the toilet constantly running, and they say to their client, hey, your water bill must be outstanding because that toilet never stops running. Oh yeah, I've been having problems with that. You know what? I know a great plumber that'll come through here and get that taken care of for you. Yeah. So having strategic partnerships and being willing to collaborate is something that a lot of small businesses are missing, because we've been taught and trained that entrepreneurship is warfare. Entrepreneurship is competition. Yes, it is true that entrepreneurship is warfare, but I'm not at war with any other digital marketing agency. You know what I'm at war at? You know who I'm at war with? Myself. I'm at war with the founder of Local Biz Marketing Pros from yesterday. I'm trying to kick his tail and be better than him today. That's the only person that I'm at war with. Digital marketing is such a vast space that I just recently, last week, we talked to Teresa G. Sivak. She's also in the digital marketing space, but she does things that I do not do. So I'm willing to refer to her customers that I run across that I'm trying to talk to about lead generation. They may not be ready for lead generation because their brand ain't on point. Hey, listen, I know a young lady, Teresa Sivak. She does psychological and military-based approach to building brands. You need to connect with her. Once your brand is solid, come back and holler at your boy, and I can set you up with all the leads you can handle. But you got to be willing to collaborate, build referral networks, be willing to refer customers to other people, and build the relationships and build them in a way that people not only are willing, but they also feel very comfortable referring people to you. So build a referral network. Find out who's in your industry that has products or services in alignment with yours, but they're missing what your product or service brings to the table, so that you can create that referral network. Next on our list, we're talking about how to create leads for small local businesses And this is one of my favorite, and I've got to get something on the books for next month. Run events. Run events, right? What kind of events can you run, Cortez? You can host webinars, right? You can speak at conferences and local events, panel discussions, right? Participate in expos and give attendees a reason to engage with you. Use social media to create live streams and other types of events. There's nothing that will produce or create your authority like events. And here's where a lot of people get stuck. Well, I'm not an expert yet, or I don't have the following, or I don't have I don't have my message right, so I don't want to do a webinar. Listen, because you host an event doesn't mean you have to be the feature of that event. One of the things that I did early on when I first got into this online marketing space is I learned a concept called borrowed credibility. What does borrowed credibility mean? That means if I build a platform and I can get some attention to that platform, then I can invite people onto the platform and I can borrow their credibility. I know for a fact that I've interviewed at least 10 millionaires on this show and at least 1 billionaire, right? Because I've created a platform that I have something to offer. And you know what happens when I'm sitting side by side on screen with one of these millionaires? I'm borrowing their credibility. You subconsciously say, Cortez must be all right, because there's no way someone of their caliber would be on his show unless he's legit. And you just, in your own mind, increase my profile with you because I borrowed or leveraged someone else's credibility. So what am I saying? If you are a small business and you want to host an event, don't think that you have to be the featured person for that event, right? Again, this is where it goes back to understanding relationship building. You want to host an event to help small businesses grow. Maybe you want to host an event to help small businesses get access to funding. Well, invite your banker to come give a keynote speech at your event. Maybe you host a dinner and have every small business invite your small business friends to this dinner. And for 20 minutes, your banker is going to talk about what small businesses need to do to qualify for funding. What does that do for you as a host of the event? It puts you in a position of authority. That goes for your podcast, that goes for your webinar, that goes for your blog, that goes for your virtual event, that goes for your live in-person event. And as you continue to do that for yourself as a person that's hosting, guess what? People are going to start asking you, hey, do you mind sharing your thoughts on this topic? We have a panel discussion over here, and it's going to be 15 or 20 minutes. Hey, do you mind if I interview you? Because you're always throwing these events and bringing people together. I want to talk to you about why you're doing that, right? Events is an amazing way to create authority for yourself, but also build those relationships by leading with value, offering people a platform, but also it is a great lead generating tool for you, right? Hopefully y'all guys getting value out of this. I don't see any questions coming in. Y'all not being selfish today. Y'all don't got any questions about how this could work specifically in your business. That's what this is all about, y'all. Next on our list, we're talking lead generation tips, strategies for local small businesses. Use email marketing. I don't care what you heard, because some people are saying email marketing is dead. Let me ask you this. If you lose your password to your bank account, how you going to get a new one? Huh? They're going to email you, right? They're going to email you your password. Email is not dead, ladies and gentlemen. Chances are you feel a way about email because the people who you subscribe to their email list, they send you junk every day. So you by default assume that nobody is opening emails because you don't like to open the emails that you're getting. Well, if you were on someone's email list and they were sending you value every day, every other day, once a week, once a month, you'd be happy to open that email. Let me ask you this. Your favorite retailer who sends you those coupons every month, do you open their emails with anticipation and excitement every month? Absolutely, because there's value in there. See, don't let other people's inability to do email marketing right taint your view on email marketing. What am I saying? If you're doing email marketing, then that means the best way to do it is to make sure that you're showing up in people's email boxes with value, right? Traffic you generate with email marketing comes with a caveat. It's bound for people that have already been there and opted into your list, right? Unless you build an email list offline. You can capitalize on email and generate traffic to your website by giving subscribers strong reasons to return. Send newsletter with meaningful emails that inform recipients of helpful content you've published on your website. Special offers, promotions, value, things that they are going to be eager to open that email for. That's how you do good email marketing. Things that are going to help them, right? When you understand the problems and the challenges that your community are facing, then you can help them overcome their challenges without always having to make them an offer. Now, don't get it twisted. You should be making some offers in some of those emails, right? But a safe rule is the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, I'm sending value to my list. It's just that value. Hey, did you know that there is grant funding available for small businesses in your area? Here's the link. You might want to go and apply for that. Just pure value, not asking anything of myself. If I sent you that email and you went out and you applied and you got that grant funding, if I send you another email, aren't you going to open it? Absolutely. Right? So if I send 5 emails, 4 out of the 5 is value-based. The 5th, hey, did you know that our leads, automated leads machine is up and running, and we've got a very special offer for you because you're a past customer or because you've engaged with us in the past. I want to do something special for you. I normally give strangers 20 free leads, but because you are in our database, I want to offer you 50 free leads. Would you like a demo? Right? That's how you do email marketing right. As long as it's value-based, you are right. Right? Now, next on our list, right? Think about this. I want you to if you're a small business owner, you're a local business, right? You don't have to do all of these things, but you have to figure out what your lead gen strategy is going to be, because the more people you put your irresistible offer in front of, the law of large numbers says you're eventually going to come out with an average, right? And the more, the merrier. So next on our list is do more of what's working. Do more of what's already working. A lot of times we get shiny object syndrome, where we see this business down the street doing this, or they've got a sign spinner in front of their store, so let's get us a sign spinner. Or they've got the big wavy balloons in front of their dealership, let's get the big wavy balloons in front of their dealership. But watch this. Set up a Google Analytics account and gather data from it regularly. Your goal is to identify who visits, where they came from, what pages they consume, and how they behave. Use this information to inform your promotional and content strategies. Do more of what's driving traffic and less of what isn't. Of course, you'll also want to factor in what drives conversions and so on. We move on to part 2. So what am I saying? You can't measure what you don't track. You can't grow what you don't measure. So build all of your lead generation, your sales conversion, anything that you're doing, make sure you have tracking attached to it, right? I'm gonna quote again my mentor, Brian Bean. You can't measure what you don't track, and you can't grow what you don't measure. It's just impossible. So if you're measuring that, hey, when we did this particular campaign, these were the results, and those results were positive, double down on those. When we executed on this strategy, because we heard it on the Cortez Hustle show, we didn't get any good results. Well, stop executing that strategy and double down on the strategy where you did get the results. But if you're not tracking, right? If you're not tracking, if you're not measuring, right? And I'm talking to myself. You guys know that the entire reason that I do this show is me talking to me. I'm just talking out loud because I know other small business owners are dealing with some of these very same things, and they're trying to fix some of these very same things in their business. So this is me talking to me, Cortez. You got to do a better job of tracking. You got to do a better job of measuring. You got to do a better job of setting benchmarks, setting goals. You got to do a better job of paying attention to your analytics, to your numbers. You got to do a better job of making data-driven decisions, and not decisions based on what you see other marketers doing and that kind of stuff, right? So now that we understand some lead generation stuff, we really want to make sure that in addition to the lead generation, we want to make sure that we are turning those leads into paying customers. How do you do that? Right? How do you do that? Ideas that transform visitors into leads, right? A ton of traffic to your website means nothing if it doesn't foster conversion. Your first challenge is to define what conversion means. A subscriber, attend, they try, they buy, or any other objective. Next, your challenge is to make it happen with compelling offers. So what is a conversion to you? So when someone comes on my website, Local Biz Marketing Pros, believe it or not, they already are. There's a conversion that happens, right? Because I have tracking pixels on my website. So everybody that lands on my website, I'm collecting data, right? And every big brand does this. If you don't know how to do this as a small business owner, you need to connect with us. We'll talk you through how to set up your Facebook pixels and those sorts of things, right? So I'm collecting data just when they land on the site. But then my biggest call to action is I want people to book a free marketing strategy session with me, right? That's the biggest call to action. I also have a free online marketing checklist for small businesses. So those are two things. If you book a strategy session, I'm collecting your name, email address, and phone number. If you opt in to get the free online marketing strategy checklist, then I'm collecting your name, phone number, and email. So define what a lead is to you. And in order to create those conversions, you have to offer deals or you have to make compelling offers, right? So one of the offers you can make is a deal. When a first-time visitor arrives at a landing page to shop for a product or service, promoting a coupon or discount program is often the way to make a sale, right? One of the things that we make sure that we do, all of our websites are what we call triple optimized. The first thing that we optimize for is conversion, right? We make sure that your call to action buttons, your phone number, whatever you want to convert, we make sure that that is the most prominent thing and your website is designed for conversion, right? Then we optimize for search. We want to make sure that the keywords, your meta tags, your header tags, and all of those things are done based on keyword research that people are already looking for, so that you are you're found in Google easier. But you can be found in Google a lot. And when people get to your website, if it's not optimized for conversion, they'll land on your website and not know what to do. And then the last thing we do is we make sure it's optimized for mobile, because especially for local businesses, not only is this important that it looks good for a mobile device, but we know that according to Google, a third of all mobile device traffic has local search intent, meaning I'm in my car, I'm looking for a restaurant to go eat at, so I'm typing in pizza parlors near me. That's local intent, right? And if your website is conversion based, and right when I pull up your website on my phone, it shows me that, hey, we got the best pizza in Florissant, and I'm driving through Florissant. Now I know that you're near me, right? So offer samples, right? In many cases, prospects arrive because they're interested in trying a sample or sampling your product or service. A free trial is often the go-to approach for the software as a service business, which why we give 20 free leads when you get the automated leads machine, because that's a good way to build those relationships. To lead with value is incredibly important. And other software-driven categories such as games and apps. Though you'll need to give to get, you may want to ship samples of physical products to interested shoppers. The law of reciprocity suggests many will reward you with a purchase. Give away free samples, right? That's another great way, because if I give you a free sample, right, it might cost me on the front end, but here's what happens, right? And this is what small businesses really have to understand. It's going to cost me, I'm going to have to make this investment on the front end, but I'm building a database. I got name. If I sent you a free sample in the mail, I got your name, phone number, email address, and your physical address, right? What does that mean in the world of marketing? That means I can, for that one price of sending you that sample, I can market to you over time in perpetuity. I can send you a postcard for every holiday. I can send you an email every day if I wanted to. I can send you a ringless voicemail through a voice drop. I can shoot you a text message with a special offer or coupon code. I can continue to nurture our relationship once I have your contact information, right? So we're going to stop right there. There's some other examples of different offers that you can make, but understand what the end goal is. If you are in business, one of the biggest and best assets you will ever own is your customer database. It is your list, right? Walmart has a list that is second to none, right? There's a reason that when you go into these big brand stores, they want to send you your receipt via email, because they're growing their list, right? There's a reason that when you go to their website, they're offering you a coupon code, but in order to get the coupon code, you got to give them your email address so they can email you the coupon code. But not only will they email you the coupon code, they're going to email you coupon codes in the future, and they're going to keep you coming back to the store. We as small business owners have to do to our prospects and customers what we know is being done to us consistently as consumers, because it works, y'all. Just do it with integrity, do it with love, do it with consistency, and you too can grow an amazing business, an amazing brand, just like the national companies do. So I appreciate you guys for all tuning in. Next week, we got another dope lineup of shows. We got some amazing guests coming to hang out with us. So make sure y'all come back, man. If you have not already liked the page and subscribed and all of that good stuff, make sure you do that. Make sure you share it with a friend who is a small business owner. They're trying to figure out lead generation for their business. This information is what keeps the doors open. This information is what keeps your business churning, growing, scaling. So help a small business out and turn them on to the Cortez Hustle Show. Till we talk to you next time, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every single one of you. Now hustle up. But you've got to overcome fear if you're going to win.
You're tuned into the Cortez Hustle Show. Please like and subscribe.